Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Greg, your co-host to the Grilling to Get Away podcast, and I'm here with my buddy.
What's happening, everyone? This is Ben.
Ben, man, it's great to see you.
It's good to see you, man.
Man, you changed a little bit since I saw you last.
Sprouted a bit, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, you had to report back to Navy, to your training.
Yeah.
So you had to shave a little bit, but you forgot a few spots.
I did. I left the mustache just for you, man. I know.
It looks great. I love it.
Don't lie to me,
So
Greg.
little flavor saver is what we call it, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna keep a little taste going for the whole day. Or I'm hoping that I can just kind of lick my upper lip and
and get whenever you need a little reminder,
just a little hint. Yeah.
Well, that's good. So how was your New Year's?
It was good, man. It was good. I think what we did, we talked right before Christmas.
We did,
talk after? We
talked after
That's
Christmas because we talked about our Christmas
right.
cooks.
Yep.
And
so right before.
Haven't seen each other since, though.
No. Texted a lot.
Yeah.
Pictures.
What are you doing?
Yeah. What are you cooking?
What are your plans?
Yeah.
Greg, do you have any plans yet? Nope. Well, it's game time decision.
I believe it was the day of, and I texted you around 10.
Yeah.
I do go too early on you.
I know. Usually not up before noon. You know that.
I do. So I don't expect a response back when I text that early. So
okay, good.
Just before, me, man. If I don't send it right then, I'll forget.
Yeah. That's good.
We're a real 1-2 punch.
Yeah, right. But yeah, so I was I went with my wife to the store to kind of see what would pique my interest. Because it was just me and her. The kids were by the in-laws for the evening.
Let's talk about how busy the store was.
It was crazy, man.
Nice.
It seemed
good
like
day to go, huh?
It seemed like everybody had the same plans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go grocery shopping.
Let's decide to go see what piques our interest today.
Yeah. And it was crazy busy. Nothing really caught my eye as far as what something to smoke or grill. And again, it was just me and my wife, so I had to kind of see what was out there. So we kind of game planned a little bit about, okay, let's do maybe some appetizers and stuff and get a main dish. And so we did, kept it real simple. I made some like potato bites and some mussels.
Did you do the mussels in the cast iron?
I did not. So we so the mussels, come in a shell and fresh water, river, usually East Coast, and we found a recipe online, and I'll be honest, my wife did most of this one. So
take the day off.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta take a day off,
I guess. Yeah.
I'm joking, Becky, if you listen to this. So she did most of it, and we did it in like just a pot on the stove. Okay. Yeah. And
boiled? I've never done mussels before.
Yeah,
right?
So you gotta kind of open them up, so you have to steam them a little bit.
Yeah.
And this package said do them frozen, so they were frozen. You put them in. We found a recipe online, like easy. We added some like fire roasted tomatoes, so it was a little spicy dish.
Nice.
And you only have to do that for a few minutes or whatever, and then they open up, and then you just scoop out the inside.
There it is.
Yep. So it was a nice little dish, a little fishy for me. So some fish don't really have a fishy aftertaste. Mussels did for me. Would I do them again? Maybe. I don't know. Depends. Maybe I'll find a different, recipe, or maybe I smoke them or something like that. Put them on the grill and in the cast iron or something like that. But otherwise, it's pretty low key. Didn't do too much around the grill or outside. How about you?
Yeah, man, I got out. I went for it again. I did the corned beef, which I was kind of telling you about.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yep. I did the mac and cheese, and did a head of cabbage to go with the corned beef. All right. So all out on the grill.
So it was a very kind of Irish themed type of New
Sure.
Year's.
Well, I just kind of had the corned beef was on sale.
Okay.
So I was like, all right,
solid.
well, absolutely. Looked good. Mm-hmm. Hadn't done corned beef in a while, since St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. Well, it's quite a bit.
Yeah. And so it was kind of one of those things like, all right, well, let's just
let's do it up.
Let's do it up. So I soaked the corned beef. I kept it real simple, honestly. I seasoned it a little bit on the outside with just pepper and ground pounder.
Yeah.
And not much, nothing crazy. And then just let it rest in a little bit of Guinness.
Yeah.
So not too, about probably like a half hour before I was going to put it on and stuff.
Okay.
I did it in the cast iron on the grill, and I had so I was kind of telling you about this a little bit, but I got the grill to temp. It was about like 225 in between 225 250. It's like, all right, awesome. Threw a wood chip on to just kind of let it sit a bit. Got through kind of the darker smoke on there, and then I put it out there. Put the brisket on. I started with that.
Okay.
And this was a smaller one, so it was a little, just a touch under 3 pounds.
Okay.
So okay, not too bad, not too long of a cook and stuff.
Something for a nice meal for your family.
When you have the corned beef and stuff, you can kind of stick a fork and peel it off, right? It's kind of stringy and stuff. I let it sit out there for about 45 minutes, and I went to check on it, and the temp on the grill was up to 300. I was like, whoa,
okay,
where did this come from? So I closed my vents down a bit, got it back down. So it was okay, but it was done. So I was playing with a new thermometer that my wife got me.
Yeah,
and it took AAA batteries.
Oh, okay.
And so this is kind of a 2-piece, where it has the prongs that go in. It's got the cables, and then those connect into a little probe, a little temperature gauge that you leave outside by the grill, and then that is hooked up with a remote.
Yeah, a handheld device.
Inside. Yeah.
Okay.
And so it I set I was looking for batteries, and I couldn't find them.
So while you were looking for batteries, your grill was going.
It's still going.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, but it dropped down a bit and stuff. So
okay.
All right, spread the coals out a touch and got it down, and so felt okay about it. I flipped the meat. All right, and then I also squared some of the Guinness that was sitting in.
Ooh.
I did a little bit of Guinness, and also about a half a cup of beef broth too. Yep. So, a little Guinness for me, a little Guinness for the meat and stuff. It's a win-win.
I wouldn't imagine it any other way.
Yeah, yeah. I also thought about doing some whiskey in there too, but I passed on that this time around.
Save the good stuff for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. It's hard enough pouring beer in there,
Yeah.
So, anyway, I finally found the batteries, and I was kind of playing with it because I had just taken this out of the box.
Yeah.
So it's obviously a great time to start using it.
Right. Yep.
But I probably should have done this beforehand.
We talk about planning a little bit.
We do, Greg, and this one got away from me.
Okay, that's all right.
The whole time I kept sitting there while I'm looking for batteries, I'm like, man, Greg's gonna say stuff about this one. We talked about planning.
Yeah.
Here it comes again.
Yeah, give me crap all the time.
All the time, man.
So I got a question for you then. So you've been gone for a while. You're just getting back into it. Would you say that maybe it's a little rust you shaking off?
Yeah, I think little nerves too. You still kind of I haven't grilled in a while.
Yeah.
So kind of getting still have the same expectations.
Yeah.
Of hey, you should be good at this. You should know what you're doing, and it just happens where you don't. Sometimes the grill and the meat have other plans, and it just takes you a different direction.
Sure.
But I would say probably this is 100% my fault.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
all right. Sounds like it.
Yep. I will take the blame on this one, as I told my wife. But yeah, so I finally I got the thermometer figured out. Had to read the instructions. Okay, so do this, and so I got the probes in, and I set the temp. I was going kind of looking more for temp, and I set it to 205. Programmed it so the handheld device would go off when it hit 205. And I was just kind of sitting there looking at it, and it keeps climbing, and it goes up to 204.
Oh man,
I was like,
that's a quick jump.
Yeah, I was like, well, I guess we're set.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I put the probes in the thickest part too.
Sure. So that means
the rest
is done.
Yeah. So anyway, man, it was kind of a learning experience. I've done corned beef a few times, but this is probably my worst one. It was just kind of dried out on the inside. It still had real good flavor to it, but just not kind of the tenderness that I really wanted it to be at.
Okay.
So I probably would have gone even lower, below 200, I think.
Yeah.
For temp, maybe 175. Because that would have, with how it wasn't super thick, about 1.5 inches, I'd say, probably the thickest part.
Yeah. So
I probably could have gotten away with a lot lower temp.
Yeah.
And just kind of wrote it out a bit.
Yeah. But if you had time,
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. But the cabbage I cut out, the cork, kind of I got a whole head, cut out that cork piece. I threw a little bit of butter down there, ground pounder, so a little bit of pepper.
Sure.
And then for Christmas, I got a my wife got me this set of like olive oil stuff. And so in the olive oil, there was one that's like kind of spicy. It's
So like a set of olive oils?
I guess, yeah, something like that.
Like different flavored?
Yeah. So
Okay.
one is
like from around the world or what?
It's from Aldi. So
yeah,
I mean, you know, Aldi. You might have those. Like
I don't know.
You might have seen them before.
Sure.
But
it's just like a gift set.
I think
with
so,
the different
yeah.
types of olive
yeah.
oils.
So one is like a spicy, like I think like a chili one.
Oh, okay.
One is a rosemary, and another is like a garlic.
Okay.
Start with the spicy one.
Of course you did.
I love it.
You love spice.
I do. Sauce that around down in there and stuff, and then I put it in foil.
Okay.
And
let it ride.
And it was awesome. Like
That's
was
great.
It's obviously different than when it's boiled. You know, sometimes when you boil it, it can be like mushy kind of. Like this still had a good crunch to it. Nice and soft though, but it was just different, and I liked it. That was probably the biggest hit out of it all.
Okay.
And then like I said, I did the mac and cheese. I followed the recipe, and did. You know, most of it pretty much like on the stove. Yeah. They called, and then I put it in another cast iron. Now I have two. Yeah. And while I let the meat kind of rest, I put that out there. Sure. So, it was good, man.
Can I ask whose recipe did you follow, Ben?
Yeah, it was from the new cast iron cookbook that my wife got me for Christmas. Okay. So I went in. I mean, it's kind of one of those similar ones that you see out there, like where you have melt the butter and then you throw the flour in and then you add like half and half and then some milk and then cheese and mix all that up while you're boiling the noodles and then you kind of pour it all over and then you add extra cheese on top and I did some breadcrumbs too.
Oh, and bacon.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have bacon, but I would have.
Little bacon on top of everything.
Absolutely. Yeah. Makes everything better.
Sure does.
But, it was weird, man. Like it was, it kind of dried out on me just a touch. It was much better the next day, and when I reheated it up on the stove and added like some milk to it, a lot creamier. Yeah. So I don't know. It was just one of those days. Sure. But it was good. Like it happens. I ate it. Yeah.
We're not perfect. We make mistakes as well. Yeah. We're learning and growing. So I'm glad you got out there and got.
Me too, man. It was. I did tell my wife I apologized.
So it's always good to apologize.
Yeah. It wasn't my best cook, but at the same time, I mean, luckily she's forgiving and she didn't have to make it, and it was said not your best, but it's good. So I'll take it.
All right, well that's good, man. Well, I'm sure the next one will be better.
I hope so. But yeah,
we'll check in.
Just keep getting back out there, Greg. You just got to jump back on the horse and give it another go.
Yeah, not everybody's perfect, man. Well, I'm glad you got some takeaways from that one. And you know what, Ben? This is our 1 year anniversary of starting the podcast.
You believe that, man?
Man, nope, I can't. No. We started this thing with the hope and a dream. Yeah.
Yeah, seeing where it would take us and stuff.
And we've been, consistent getting the message out there. But I think it'd be awesome just to revisit maybe the last year of, cooks and stuff since we're coming up on a year here. And then kind of just remind folks of why we started the podcast. So, first and foremost, we started the podcast because, we felt we had a message to share about grilling and barbecuing, that you don't have to be professional. Mm-hmm. You don't have to take yourself too seriously. You can make mistakes like we just talked about. Yeah. And still have a good time doing it. And we just wanted to be a voice out there for those that just like to get out in the backyard and, cook for their families and their loved ones and, try different stuff out. And some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. But man, I think it's been a good year just sharing stories.
Well, I think too, man, it's kind of helped us to talk about things, to do a lot more research, bounce ideas off of each other, bounce ideas off of people listening or people through Burn Pit and stuff. I just kind of see what other people do, tips, tricks, and I've learned a lot during kind of along the way, and it's been fun too, because then you get to talk about like, okay, well, let's. Never grilled this before. Let's give it a shot. Yeah.
Yeah. And, when you, left for those few months, I got a chance to interview, quite a few people that have a lot of great insights. And I got to learn a lot too through those interviews. Yeah. So it just leveled up my game just as much. I get as much out of these podcasts as, maybe someone that's listening that might be new as well. So definitely a great learning experience over the past year. Learned a lot, tried a lot of different stuff that maybe I wouldn't have done if we weren't doing the podcast, right? Yeah. Because you do have to come up with content to talk about.
Sure.
And I think it's been good, and we're getting close to 5,000 downloads, which
Woo!
Yeah. So we're getting there, and that's all through organic, downloads and searches. We don't promote really the podcast anywhere other than our social media and stuff. So that's all from the people listening too, sharing it,
That's awesome,
and helping us out and giving us reviews and stuff. So we appreciate that. But looking back over 2022, Ben, what would you say maybe was your most memorable cook or favorite cook that you can think of?
that I can think of, man, honestly, is the us doing the pigs and the chicken. That one was It took a lot, right? A lot of prep, a lot of work.
We had to plan for that one.
Yeah, a long day.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the beans.
Yeah,
the beans were part of that too.
Yeah. So for maybe someone just jumping in, maybe didn't know the story. With our business, Burn Pit BBQ, we do rubs, seasoning, sauces, but we also do some private events. For
we
people.
Get asked, yeah.
If we get asked, and we got asked to do a graduation party through Ben's connections, and they wanted to do a whole pig and some chickens. How many guests was it? About 200 were they expecting?
About 2 to 225-ish, 250. They thought. They weren't necessarily sure.
Sure. So we had to plan. One, we had summertime's busy for us. We're out doing events and stuff, and then we had to find a date that worked for both. And then we had to start doing the planning for the cook. And you can't just roll into a same day cook with a pig.
Yeah,
you gotta do a little planning.
Work like that.
So Ben, why do you say that was like one of your favorites?
Honestly, I'd say like just the way it all turned out.
Yeah.
We had done a pig in the past, and we didn't have as good a luck as we did this time around. But we learned a lot the first time, and I think that we had kind of taken a lot of that into consideration. We had a bigger pig this time.
Okay.
And then we were throwing 30 chickens onto it too. And again, I think it was, a little bit more difficult in the fact that we weren't cooking for ourselves.
Sure.
Because no one going into like, well, we've cooked for ourselves. Like, well, if I screw this up,
yeah.
We'll figure something out, right?
Right.
It's not, but this is really one of those times where we could just decide to order 30 pizzas.
Right. The stakes were a little higher here.
A little bit, yeah. There was a little bit more skin involved in the game. And
so someone's graduating from high school. You want to give them a good party too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was awesome. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you all day.
Yeah, we got to hang out quite a bit
all day.
You were up early getting that pig going while I had some other stuff going on, but then I met you and it was looking good. And
it's it was one of those like we had a wedding that we had to go to the night before that. She was staying up and down in Illinois. It was my son's birthday, the Thursday. So it was like his birthday Thursday, the wedding Friday,
you were so stressed
pig roast on Saturday, and then his birthday party at our house on Sunday. So it's one of those, man. Like we got through it, right? We had a good time. Like it was like, well, you can sleep when you're dead.
Yeah.
Like we had fun. And it just worked out, man. Like it was a beautiful day. The cook went well. The chickens were awesome too.
Yeah.
Like we kind of went in with one plan, and then we pivoted.
We had to adjust a little bit.
And we decided to go a different route, right? Like where we cut them in half and stuff, and that was cool. Like luckily we had equipment to do that.
Yep.
And again, that's just kind of a testament to being prepared and stuff. But that was just one of those cooks that like, man, when things would go right, it went right for us. The pig just pulled right apart, just shredded nicely, but it didn't it wasn't done in one spot and not in the other.
Yeah, it was even cook.
Yeah, it was. It was cool, man. It was a good time.
We got a lot of good compliments there, man. Kudos to you for planning all that because I had some stuff going on. And
a lot of stuff, man. We were busy.
Yeah, we were busy. And, we got a lot of compliments from the people there about the baked beans.
The baked beans. Yeah. That was 15 pounds of baked
15
beans?
pounds.
Man, that was awesome, too.
Yeah, and the chickens were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then we got a lot of compliments from the guests about the crispiness of the skin of the pork. Because we were serving that as we were cutting it up. You take the skin off. You got that nice crunchy outer skin, and you chop it up a little bit. So it's nice little appetizers while we're cutting up the pig. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, I think it was cool, too, because we had it right out in their driveway. And we wanted to make it kind of, something to kind of, I guess, a spectacle for people to kind of walk up and see.
It's an event.
Yeah.
Anytime you got a pig roast going on, it's an event.
Yeah. And so we want to make it as cool as possible for them. And I think, I'd like to say that we did that.
Yeah.
It was, like I said, man, I couldn't ask for anything. Really, I don't know if what I would have done different that day.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, yeah, I'd say that was one of my more memorable cooks.
Yeah.
This year. What about you, man?
Man, as I think back, a lot of cooks a couple come to mind. One is always chili.
Always chili.
And the church cook-off again, the church chili cook-off.
I didn't do that one this year.
You didn't. I was on my own.
Yeah.
And
why didn't I do that?
You were gone, I think.
We were gone.
Yeah.
Something with the kids.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah. There was a reason why.
But, I had to figure out how I could get these people to like my chili. It was good. It was good chili. But, there's, blind taste testing. There's like 6 or 7 judges from the church. And the same 2-3 people always take the top 3.
Yep.
So, we're newbies in this.
Yeah.
So we had to break into that. But the cook that I had, like I smoked my chili again. And I'm the only one that smoked the chili.
Yeah.
And
a lot of crock pots.
Yep. And, mine was in a crock pot too, but I smoked it.
Yeah. Right?
Yep. But I thought I had it this year. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was great taste. My family loved it, and I was confident that I was going to at least get in the top 3,
Yep.
But I didn't. But the takeaway was, I'm getting better each time,
yep.
I think. And, one of these times I'm going to break it.
It's coming, man.
And again, like the win for me was at the end of because after they do the tasting, then people can go and just, everybody there can go try everybody's chili and stuff, and mine was gone, so I didn't have any to take home.
Yeah.
And I had somebody compliment me, come up and say, "Hey, you were the one that smoked it, right?" I was like, "Yep." And I was like, "Yeah, it was great. I could taste it. Awesome." Well, you should be a judge.
Second year.
Yeah.
This was the second year.
Yeah.
Somebody has said, like, man, I could just sit with a 6-pack of beer and just eat this chili.
Yeah. So, but then on the same route with chili, I had an awesome chuck roast chili cook. While you were gone,
okay.
We haven't talked about that one yet. And
no.
I'll save like a more, for another episode. But like this is the one I'm gonna be entering into the chili cook-off this year.
All right.
It was an over the top chuck roast chili. Everything again, one of those cooks that everything just went right.
Sure.
And it was a great cook. And we'll talk about that one soon. But yeah, I mean everything around chili. I love my chili. I'll be doing another chili here soon.
Yeah.
Different one.
Yeah.
But then also. It wasn't my cook, but it was our competition that we put on at Explorium, Brew Pub, in partnership with Jack Daniels and, all those people that came out to help support us and raise money for a local veteran nonprofit organization. And we do that once a year, and we never know who's going to show up or how many people are going to turn out. But this year we had a great turnout. I think it was 12 or 13 backyard cooks come out to try their hand at smoked sausage and then ribs. And a lot of great people came out, and a lot of great recipes. I learned a bunch of stuff. And we raised $4,000 for that organization. So, those are the little things that we take for granted sometimes. But, looking back, I'm proud that we do that. And we'll continue to do that coming up here in 2023. But, yeah, those are just some things that I can think of that I really enjoyed doing. Maybe not in the moment, but looking back, it was a good time.
Sure, that's fair. What about let's kind of dive into like some of our. I know you talked about like the chili and stuff.
Yeah.
We had kind of some aspirations, things that we wanted to cook or try this year and stuff. What do you have any goals? That stuff that you want to try and they're kind of on, I guess, your list for 2023.
Goals, I
or
think
something you want to cook, right?
Yeah, something I want to cook.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking a lot about it as we plan our content for, our YouTube page. We're going to be more prevalent with videos and stuff this year and new recipes. Kind of going through what other people are doing and seeing, like, getting inspiration from the ones that have been out there for a while. I'd love to do that 18-pound brisket that I have. It's time to do that. Do that, put it on the offset this summer. It's in the freezer, so it's all wrapped up. It's nice. It should be good to go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing something like that. And then really exploring a little bit more in the leaner meats. So like I was talking to you a little bit before, like doing more bison, doing more elk. Some of those leaner meats, as we kind of, we have an all natural product. We're very conscious of what we put into our bodies, and we want to just highlight that a little bit more. for the people that might be following us.
Yeah,
What about you?
I haven't played it out the 2023 yet. As far as, I haven't really thought too much about it. I think just kind of, I just kind of want to get back into it, obviously.
Yeah,
to being
it's
gone
good.
for a while. To where I don't suck.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bike, but then you gotta get your legs under you.
Yeah, a little bit. I had a couple of good cooks right off the bat, which I was excited about. Now, hit a bit of a stall, but that's okay. Like I said, can't be too upset about it.
Yeah.
Don't try not to take it too serious. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But no, man, I was gone. I didn't get to do a turkey this year. I'd like to probably do a turkey again.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome. I didn't, I was gone for Thanksgiving this year, but last year I did a turkey.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That was awesome. That was one of those cooks that, like, again, I won't forget.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out really well. It's juicy. It was, it was, kind of one of my first times doing certain things and, peeling the skin back and seasoning it and putting it back on. So,
sure.
No, but there's a lot of prep work and all that. But I think sometimes, those are the best cooks, right? When you put more into it, sometimes they come out better. But, just kind of, I don't know, kind of bigger, longer, slower cooks. Really, like, I wouldn't say it's just like one cook, but like kind of, I guess, over the summer and the rest of the year, I've really gotten big into like smash burgers.
Yeah.
Talked a lot about that. I don't know if we'll be doing those kind of thicker pub style burgers too much anymore.
Yeah, I smash burgers are a game changer.
Yeah, they really are. If you haven't done them, I highly recommend it.
We got an episode on them. Go back and check it out.
Yeah, it's worth it. Let me tell you. I never did them. This is, I just started them this year, and to kind of change it up and to try it out.
Yeah.
And like my wife, my kids are like, Dad, I don't know if we really want burgers the other way anymore.
Yeah,
Let's just do
that's
these.
fair.
Can we do smash burgers?
Yep.
Yeah, we can do that. Like, it's a good time. It's fun. It's a different way to do them, and it's fast. I feel like not eating quite as much meat. You're getting more out of it and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say like that's one thing too. That like we tried this year. If anything, I want to kind of try new things along the lines with the smash burgers and kind of continue on that route, man. Experiment.
Yeah, share that stuff and see how it goes, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. I do. I love them. I can't say enough about it, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I look forward to seeing what you create, man.
Yeah, it's I'm excited. I'm excited for what 2023 has to bring.
Yeah.
We got a couple new toys for the grill, like I've said, between the cast iron and the bigger cast iron. This thing's got a lid too. I'm not sure how much I'll use the lid, to be honest, but
you could get pretty creative though with that.
Yeah. Having the cookbook, having like the probes, this new meat thermometer. Like I said, these are all things that are hopefully up in the game.
Yeah.
So I got to get back into it mentally and figure it out.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
And you got anything coming up this week?
Yeah, man. I know. As we talked about, it's here we are in January.
Yep.
It's chili season, Greg.
Chili season.
So I think we've decided that hopefully we're gonna kind of have a little bit more of a focus at times. We'll see how long it lasts or how well we do. Can't guarantee that all the time, but we're gonna give it a shot here. On the Grilling to Get Away podcast. And, and so we're going to be doing chilies.
Okay.
And
that's right.
Not so much like where it's like a head-to-head, but like, hey, this
is what I tried.
This is what I did. This is how I think it turned out and stuff. And we're going to kind of give our, I guess, feedback on our cooks as much as we can. And, try and have, like I said, a bit more of a focus to see where it takes us.
Yeah. So do you have a chili recipe in mind?
I do. Do we want to share now or wait for the podcast?
I think you could share. We could share the recipe.
Sure.
Like if you got it, but you don't have to go through the recipe. Just say kind of what it is.
It's pretty straightforward. My mom actually has done this a lot, where it's like a chicken chili, and typically you do it on the stove. You boil the chicken, you shred it, and then you put it in a big pot with like salsa. Use like a jar of salsa. put then refill the jar kind of about halfway, give or take, with water, shake it all up, pour that in there, and then you go with either, kind of your favorite beans.
Yeah.
Since it's kind of more of like that chili base is kind of where you're getting the heat from, like the spice and everything from it, the flavor. Kind of lighter beans are better, like either pinto beans, Great Northern beans. I use the Great Northern beans quite a bit.
Yeah.
You can do black beans too. It's, throw some corn in there. I don't know. It's up to you, I guess. And then cheese. So you just take your favorite cheese and you just dump it in there, man, and you just let it ride.
Nice.
So I'm gonna try that in the cast iron, and the bigger one. And I'll probably haven't decided yet on if I want to cook the chicken in there, pull it, and then shred it.
Yeah.
If I do that, it's gonna add like kind of a real big smoke taste to it, which I'm not against.
Yeah.
But I'm just not sure. I don't know. I've never done like kind of much with salsa on the grill.
Right. Yeah.
So,
that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I've never had anything like that, so I'll be looking forward to seeing how it goes for you and learning about it when we talk. And then I'm doing a little something different too. On the theme of kind of going leaner, I decided to kind of try out a sweet potato and turkey chili. So I haven't done it before. I got a recipe that I'm going to be kind of going off of, ad-libbing a little bit with it. But I'm going to do that on the grill, and we're going to see how it goes.
Did you get a cast iron or a big tin pan?
So I got a big square cast iron that I'm going to use, or it's not square, it's a rectangle. So it's a bigger cast iron that I'm going to need to be able to smoke all that stuff and grill it up. So otherwise I'll transfer between two cast irons, and I'm going to do it on the grill.
Which do you have an idea which grill you're looking to do it on?
It'll depend if I can get everything into that one rectangular, one. It'll be just on the Weber kettle. Yep. If I can't, I'll use my offset and I'll probably just put the coals underneath, not on the offset. So it's a little bit longer, so I can put more on there. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I got the recipe. Now it's deciding like, okay, what grill am I going to use?
Nice. Yeah. What a problem to have. Huh?
What a problem to have. Got a few of them to choose from.
Yeah.
And they all serve a different purpose. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Nice, man.
But I'm looking forward to trying that out. It's a new one for me, and I'll look forward to sharing that too. Awesome.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to get back into it. Chili season, man. It's
chili season.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Glad to be back and to get smoke some chili, man. Yeah. It's
awesome.
I did do a chili before I left.
Okay.
I think I did two. I did one over the summer. It was weird. I threw everything in together, even the meat.
Yeah.
And it was good, but the second time around, I did the meat first.
Yeah.
Kind of browned it up.
Yeah.
And then
put it in.
Yeah, and that one was
let it
better.
Simmer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine that would be a little bit better.
I did it all. Like, it was one of those things, like, I put it all in there, and I was like, man, wish I hadn't done that. But, no, it still turned out good. You just kind of
was it ground beef?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you had a bunch of that grease in there, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. It was, I just wish I had browned it first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right, I would have still done it. I think the second time I did it, I don't think I used the cast iron.
Okay.
I used just a big tin pan, right? And kind of browned it up in that.
Sure.
And then put all the ingredients in, which was better.
Okay.
It was still good. Just I wouldn't do it again. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah.
Learning every time.
Every time.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, it sounds like you got some good stuff going on. I've got some stuff to try out, and we'll get back on here next week. Thank you, everybody, for listening and continue to share. You can always go out to our website, burnpitbbq.com, to look at recipes and stuff. We got a bunch of recipes out there. Just use the search bar to type in for if you got a type of cook that you're looking to do. But you can always follow us on the socials as well, Burn Pit BBQ, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe so you can find all our videos and stuff that we're putting out there. But we appreciate you all, and hopefully you're getting a chance to get out and grill.
Absolutely, yeah. Take this time to get out and grill, please. I know it's getting a little chilly and stuff. Do you get that, Greg?
I got it, man.
Thank you. But no, again, thanks everyone for listening, and welcome to 2023. Here we go.
Cheers.
Take it easy.